Hey my lovelies, welcome back to the channel. You can see Mischief Maker behind me, placed, ready to go up on the lift and lift him up. Why are we doing that? Well, probably because the last time I came off the mountain, he made the most horrendous sound from the front end I think I've heard from him ever. So something is going awry there. We need to lift him up, we need to check him out because we're leaving for Easter Jeep Safari in 3 days. 3 days, and I gotta do this. But anyway, enough talking, let's lift him up, check him out. Always want to make sure that when you put your vehicle on the lift, that it's placed properly, so when you shake it, it should be pretty sturdy. So it's underneath that frame. It is on the arm at the back, but I'm feeling good, so let's get him up. All right, that's him secured. A couple of things we're gonna look at right now. Okay, so what I like to always check first is the drive shaft. So this ring right here normally comes loose with me, but actually everything seems to look okay on that one. And this one looks good. Let's kind of shake. There's no play there. Those look good. They're not loose at all, which is perfect. Again, something that always happens. We're just gonna, there's no play in the drive shaft. Oh, I see something. That's right, look at this. That is completely shiny. Okay, so what that tells me is that there is something going on. There's too much play there. That's why it's kind of rounding off and it's moving and it's not staying in place. So this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to lower Mischief Maker down so that I can break the lugs here. Always make sure that the tire is on the ground just to break them. It's so much easier. Then you don't have a tire kind of following you around. We're gonna lift them up, take these wheels and tires off, and we're gonna head on into the hub. We're gonna take the hub apart. I'm pretty sure it needs new grease in there anyway. We're gonna take the shaft out. We're gonna make sure that everything is okay there. And it could be the shaft. It could be that the locking nut in there has backed off. There's been like a lot of razors here. And a lot of side-by-sides in Sand Hollow, and it just makes the sand really uneven. So there's a lot of shaking in the bigger vehicles. Maybe it's just everything's just kind of loosened up in there. So hopefully that is everything, fingers crossed. But let's get in here and see what is going on. Okay, I feel like I'm going into surgery with my cart, but I have a cart set up here with everything that I need to get this done. This is how I like to have my cart set up. It's very clean, it's very simple. You don't need a lot of stuff for this. You just need an Allen wrench. This is a 4. If you have a Tecton set, that is the number that you need. We have some picks right here because we have some of those snap-in rings in there. We have a tub of new grease, which is super cool. And then you're gonna need a spindle locking nut socket. Boom. We lost this before, but we found it, so it's all good. So that is it. You can see that I have some paper towel set down there because whatever we take out is gonna be disgusting. We're gonna put down on there. We're gonna take over to the sink. We're gonna clean it all up with brake cleaner. We're gonna re-grease everything. We're gonna put everything back in. But yes, I can see people's faces already saying, where are your gloves? I just don't like doing this with gloves on. It's like slippery in there. It's really annoying. I like to be able to touch everything like first skin touch. So it's just a preference of mine. I know grease is not the greatest for you and your skin, and neither is a lot of stuff in life. So that's why I don't wear gloves. So you guys have seen me do this a couple of times, break down the front end. I'm gonna leave those videos in the description below. It's so funny looking back at them. I just watched the first time I broke down the front end in Pennsylvania in the summer, on the ground, outside. It was nuts, like absolutely nuts. And I hated every second of it. Now, it's probably one of my favorite things to do. Whoa, did you see that? I don't even think. Yikes. Let's hope that nothing is damaged in here. I should be using that breaker bar to kind of pop that, but it didn't even need it, which means it's super loose. Now, for those of you who have taken apart your front end before, you'll probably notice that this is a little bit different. That's because I am running the Stage 8 locking nut components. It's just a lot easier and quicker to put together and take apart. You don't have to fiddle a lot with it. Everything here seems to look pretty good. I'm just trying to decide whether I'm actually going to take the brake caliper off, take this off, and take the shaft out. If I don't do it and something is wrong, I'm going to be really annoyed that I was lazy not to take a couple more minutes and check that out. Hey, fondness. As you guys just saw, there's something wrong with the U-joint. Now, what I figured out is one of the caps actually had come out a little, which is why I couldn't get the shaft out of there. So what I did is I turned the wheel all the way to one side so that I could get a socket onto the cap and bash it back in there. Good job Chelsea was here actually, because I did try tapping that cap back in before, but was unable to. I needed someone to have some leverage in the back of that U-joint just so that when I tapped on it, it didn't move. So thanks, Chelsea. Appreciate you. A beautiful looking shaft. Everything looks great about it. This is the cap that we pushed in. You can tell because the clip right here. But I've just had an aha idea. The aha being, why don't I put this in the vise over there? Push the caps in as far as they'll go and not worry about the clips because I have that, a welder. Why don't I just tack weld them on there so I don't ever have to worry about them shifting out again? I say that is a good idea. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So we're going to take this over, we're going to make sure those caps are as far in as possible. Then we're going to take our welder over to the little welding corner, put our little hood on, boop, boop, on either side, boop, boop, on either side, boop, 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 and then put it on back in there. Re-grease everything, put that side back together, do the same on the other, and we should be good to go. Okay, so what I'm really just trying to do is I'm going to switch the camera around. I want to make sure that I see where that clip would normally slip into. That means it's in the exact position as the others and I can get tack welding on them. So you can see on this cap the snap ring is in position. You can see how much the cap comes through on the bottom. Now here on this side where the cap was actually stuck out quite significantly, you can see where the snap ring is laid on that one, but you can see the little groove starting to show at the top. So we're just going to get this cap in a little bit more, just using a socket and a hammer there, and get everything in position. Then we're going to have to clean all of this because these have been painted. So clean all the way around here to make sure that we have a nice clean surface. And we're just going to put tacks. We're just going to put 2 on, probably 1 on this side and 1 on the opposite side, and go all the way around. So before you saw that there was some movement back and forth in this U-joint right here. Now there's absolutely nothing when we move it. Oh, it moves how it's supposed to, which is fantastic. It's not coming away from that cap at all, from side to side as well. So now just time to clean and weld this. So we're just going to leave that whole setup over there because we're going to have to do the same on the other side. But I'm feeling really good about it. Now it's time to kind of clean everything up and get everything back in this side, head on over to the other, get the other side done, get the wheels and tires back on. And then we're good to go, ready to rumble. It's pretty late, but we have to get this done because I'm taking Mischief Maker out tomorrow. So, other side it is. Getting grease in the same place. I'm not gonna lie, that took longer than expected, but I am so super happy that we actually investigated just a little more, because if we had overlooked that, Lord knows what kind of problems that may have had for us at EJS. I'm now feeling super confident in Mischief Maker and just got a couple more things to do to him before we head there. Now, if you are heading to EJS, there are two very important things that you need to know, from me anyway. First of all, if you are heading there and you're going on trails, download Onyx Off-Road. Their maps for Moab are absolutely incredible and on point, and they have an awesome new feature called Route Builder. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that in the next coming episodes, but It's just a very easy tool. It's going to make putting rights together super easy and fast. You have no idea. I'm very excited about it because I am going to be using that all the freaking time. So make sure you download them so that you don't get lost. And remember to download the maps offline because there is zero service in Moab in most of the trails. So be safe. And second of all, if you want to come see us, we are going to be at the vendor show. We're going to be with RPM Steering, not only with mischiefmaker, but with Nessie as well. Walter and I will be there. We'll have merchandise. We'll have t-shirts and hats and stickers and all the norm. So definitely come speak to us and have a chit chat because that's why we're there. And we love seeing you guys, old friends and new friends. So yeah, if you're in and around EJS, definitely come say hey. And yeah, I'm absolutely shattered. So I'm gonna head off and I will see you next time.